Hello there, guys. How's it going? Welcome back to some iRacing with the Ferrari at Laguna Seca for a nice little bit of iRacing racing as we warm up the sim rig. Hello, Antoine Paton. Hello, everyone that's joined us. Everyone in the chat room. Smash the like button if you want to, or don't if you don't want to. Good afternoon, Noventy. How's it going, man? Ooh. Got the hiccups going there. Can we get the elusive result? What? Can we get the elusive result in this car? The best we've got so far is a second place. Can we get to the glorious glory that is first place in this car? I'm doubtful. Hashtag doubt. I was just warming up the bumper there. It's textbook Ferrari driving that. Hello, Luke. What sort of early morning is it? You Australians have weirdo clocks. Must be like 4 AM for you. Almost 3 AM. 10 AM for Antoine. Morgan.
Pick up the cord. You've got to slow down and give up that time.
Just getting myself dialed in for a feel for the car here. Got to unload race room physics. Load in iRacing physics into the old noggin. It's a slow noggin. All this changing from sim to sim. Steve Whitehead in sunny Norfolk. Is it sunny? So it was sunny yesterday. It was alright yesterday. I think it's been just raining today. Hello, Matthew, artist, Harvey, dog drawer. How's it going, man? Who's in chat? Who's in chat? Yes, it is. It's the artist. Artist Matthew Harvey. He draws his dogs on a sheet of paper. Puts his paper onto an easel. Gets the paintbrush out. Puts the paint on it. And paints. What does he paint? He paints the dogs. It's artist Matthew Harvey. He's never finished painting the painting of a dog. He only draws the face, he doesn't draw the body. He doesn't like the body, that's why he draws faces. Dog faces of all races. Artist Matthew Harvey. Extraordinary artistic delight. Hello. Oh, the race is about to start here, yeah? Famous song that, artist Matthew Harvey song. New to sim racing in YouTube. Well, if you've ever been sim racing, you know it's all about singing. That's what it's all about on this channel. It's the last time Matthew Harvey's coming into this channel. Afternoon, hello. Oh, I'm alright actually. I just had some not smoked. I just had some salmon and salad. Part of my fish diet that I'm on now.
Car right. Clear on the right.
That was the ballad, the boldard, ballad of Matthew Harvey. Yeah, no, I'm alright. I've got my non-alcoholic beer. I've got, what have we got? Having my fish and my salad. got coffee. Ah, we've got a sim rig. What more could you want from life? Some sunshine would be nice. Right, here we go. Any advice to generate subs? Take your clothes off. Be a hot girl and take your clothes off. That's a good way of getting... that's the fastest way to grow a YouTube channel. After that, British accent's pretty good. That's pretty handy. What else is there? What's another good tip? Being talented is good. That helps. I know, being like fast. What else is a good tip? Probably being like in your early 20s. Yeah. No, you don't need to make good videos. That's a common misconception. I can't remember the last time I made a good video. It's all a lie, Luke. Like a crocus. Oh, Jesus, like a cold track with no grip. Being bold's probably... I mean, it worked for Dave Cam. It's kind of working for me. I know, talk about politics. The wafu part. Well, not having a girlfriend or a wife is probably pretty good because it allows you to waste more of your life on YouTube. Looks better in those button-down shirts. It gives the illusion of smartness. Hey, this is my merch, though. Are you trying to say I look worse in my own merch?
Okay, here comes your first time black.
I'm not accepting that. I like to mix things up. You should just do what you feel like doing on YouTube, otherwise you get trapped making content you don't want to make. Reviews are good. Make content that fits in with what people are likely to Google search. That's the best way to grow a channel. Whilst also being an attractive young lady. That also, you know. If you can be an attractive young lady in a male-dominated genre, sorted. Maybe it'd be better if you can be an attractive man in a female-dominated genre. Maybe like do what's female-dominated? Like primary school teaching and care work is female-dominated. So do a channel on that. What you got to do? Morning, Rick. DD Frowlin song? No,
One more lap.
They fall for the British accent. It's pretty convenient. Maybe one day I'll do an okay quali lap in this car. Male ballet dancers. I mean, I would say ballerina women are good looking, but they all have like manky feet from doing ballet, so depends how much you can overlook the manky feet. They all have like blisters and like contorted from standing on the tiptoes. Probably all have eating disorders from trying to be thin to do ballet. So, you know, take the good with the bad. They also spend too much time balancing and lifting their legs in the air and stuff, you know. That's my counter to the sexy ballerina myth. Credit McDaddy, hello. I'm car number 16. We stand to gain some rating of the eyes.
There's the flag. It's over.
I was trying to catch up with the Six Nations rugby, but it was checking out Game of Muscle. But it was worth checking out for the song. Didn't happen, mate. I don't know what song you're talking about. We never make up songs on the spot. Looper79, makeup videos. Yeah, well, there are quite a lot of men doing makeup videos now. That's like so 2013. You're out of time, mate. Don't know what the new YouTuber craze is. Don't know what the thing right now is. Some people think hands are okay, but feet are not. Feet are just hands with smaller fingers. Or is that what they want you to think? Max Fox, if you do videos talking about how console sim racing stuff compares to console stuff, yeah, do just do contentious videos. Everyone wants to know everyone else's opinion, and then they want to argue about it. That's the internet. Hang on, Chili, you said you're going away. That's why I'm doing iRacing, so you can have your little break and then come back. Chili dog, what is he doing right now? I can tell you, using my amazing Wi-Fi camera I installed in this sim rig. He's eating wine and cheese, wine and cheese, wine and cheese, all day long in Chili Dog's house. It's wine, wine, wine and cheese. Are you going out at 4:55? Yeah, no, I thought we could do a bit racing, and then maybe if we when you're drunk we can do some AC. I've noticed earlier, Game of Muscle, it looked like your channel took off with AC gamepad video. No, my channel took off. It's never taken off. It's kind of meandered like a biscuit rolling down a steep incline. I was operating on UK time. Oh, fair enough. Well, that's ruined that, Chili Dog. Yeah, I got loads of subscribers from a CSGO with a wheel video. The Counter-Strike Go videos were way more popular than sim racing. Then, like, VR was pretty good. You know. Do you want the Jamie McEwen version of the song? Jamie McEwen, every day he's queuing. What are you doing? Queuing at the post office. Sorry, the song ended. We couldn't continue the Jamie McEwen queue song. I failed a test. DD kill was stuck in your head. That happens. Don't worry about it. You retake the test.
One left to green.
Here we go.
What is the motive behind this demand? Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessity.
Sam, for the
GM, I failed a test. DD girl was stuck in my head.
Wow. As I say, you can retake it. We appreciate that. Maybe you'd pass more tests if you didn't donate money to idiots on the internet. You failed 2 tests today. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm like random as. YouTube appreciates people being consistent with similar content. Something I just do whatever I feel like doing. That's what I do with everything. It's not productive. It's not good. It's not. But it's what I do. So I don't, you know. Okay, it's kind of worked out. I can't, you know, it has kind of worked out. So maybe it's not the optimal strategy. But that's what it is. I think, you know, it's all good. I'm breathing. I'm in a sim rig. We will find a German wife. Oh, hang on, rolling start. We're not doing a standing start here. It's all good. It's all coming to plan. Just got to get vaccinated, and we can find our DD girl.
Catch stop 13.
Well, actually, she could be a flight yoke girl. Pilot women are pretty nice, you know. Pilot women. Sounds like someone that's good at writing. consistency of producing good quality content, which is subjective, but nicely edited on a specific topic, and just doing that for like 4 years straight, and you'll probably have a channel, to be honest. It's all about building up a user base. Especially more so now. YouTube didn't used to be like that, but now it's more about building a little community type thing out of a single interest or something. How's everyone doing? I'm good, thanks. Right. We actually qualified not terrible here. In the top 10, that's a good start. A win is on the potato. Yeah, I think I'm just very. I have a lot of random interest. Like I know some more.
Alessandro, proviamo ad uscire con
Hello.
tranquillità, per favore.
Oh, Luke! Luke with the CDs behind him. Just more tea bags. Thank you, man. Any rig upgrades? Not really. I don't really. I mean, D-box motion rig type solution, I think, is the not necessarily D-box, but that sort of thing might be the next thing I do. Other than that, I'm really happy with how the rig is, to be honest. Maybe some monitor stuff. I don't know. Like I just it works nicely.
What is the motive behind this demand? Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessities.
Any rig upgrades planned?
Green.
Here we go. It's a bit of a bad start, but it's probably safer. Thank you so much for the donation there.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Sir Lord late break there. Oh, let's take advantage of that.
Go right. Left side. Clear on the left.
Could not take advantage of that. I went to it and then I figured the other car would go to the right, so I thought it's safer for me to just go totally off the road there so that he didn't turn into me. I could have risked it and nipped next to them, but I think it would have been I think he probably did move to the right. We'll have to look at the replay, see if I took the correct choice there. Hello, Dave Co. That is unfortunate. Donations for good luck. Cheers, man.
Throttle!
Oh, hello.
Thank you for
What?
the content.
Guys, we just started live streaming. You can't donate to me this early on. Pems has thrown teapots at me. I've literally just started live streaming, man. It's too much hype. Oh, he's got. Look, you've made that guy. That other car was too excited by the donation. You made him. It was too much. Too much for his. Too much excitement in his life, and he's just decided to end it by driving into the tyre wall. Thanks for the teapot donation there. Pems. What a legendary teapot donation. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Too much pressure too soon. I'm in 6th place here. That's an improvement. Oh, mine's a bit loose. Wow. Cheers, man. I have to try and stay calm in my streams now. Oh, God. All of muscle, man. Hello, Socrates Resorts. Highly recommend if you play iRacing to run an absurd field of view on the mirror. That's what I do. Definitely helps. Right, let's dial things in here. Get into the fast lap zone. Here we go. Come on. Dinner and game of muscle. Too much fast. Oh, I don't dare push it. Oh, I can push it. There we go. Didn't break.
All right.
Too much faster.
Keep to the left. Still there. Hold your line.
Oh, sorry. I'm sliding wide there.
Keep to the left. Clear.
Clear. Nice Nice little battle here. Good driving by this guy. Valentino Barra. That'll be smooth. Oh, how do you make the mirror bigger? That'd be handy. I don't know how you do that. Where's the option for that? To tell me after this race. Oh, we played R3E for like 5 hours yesterday. It was good fun.
Car on your left. Clear.
Ooh, traffic jam and bus. Look how slow I am.
Left side.
Okay, are you
Clear.
absolute dick?
Left side. Clear.
Thank you. Thank you for taking me out, mate. He just ran me off the track. Good move, man. He just wrecked me. What a cock-a-noodle. See, that's the thing with iRacing. The nice thing is, driving's very high quality all the time. Glenn Game, take your cars and go, man. Brad Kane, get IRFFB. Now we got to get places. This turned from a delightful race into a shit race thanks to one person. That is sim racing. Laguna Seca is a free track, included in the subscription. For sure.
You got a slow car on the left.
Was that the guy that wrecked me? What was his name? That is part of the joy of iRacing, is you want to get a car up the bum. Right, you've got to try and get to at least 16th. Chilling for a Saturday. Oh, here we go.
Fucking stupid.
Hello, Scarface. How's it going, man? I totally think they should do that electrode idea I was saying about. Like, car battery. We can catch up with these guys, it's fine. Car battery with some electrodes on your testicles or on your vulva. You know, whatever equipment you've got. And then if you wreck someone, it can be adjudicated and then 10,000 volts can be sent through your genitals. I think that would improve the driving quite a bit. Shock collar. Well, that's kind of that, you know, that's... Maybe we could start with the shock collar, but for the really bad drivers, we have to move things to the next level. Come on, let's get back on the tail here. We were going to gain a ton of I rating from this, and I mean, I only play iRacing for iRating. I don't actually like the driving or anything. It's all that matters is the number getting larger. What else is there to life other than making numbers bigger? Also, we'll have the new Game of Muscle Chili Dog AC server. Has massive innovations with all the numbers, taking things to the next level with money ranking. It's unbelievable. Probably jump to that in a bit. We will then have the biggest numbers of everything. We're catching 3.1. Oh, come on. We've only got 7 minutes to try and blast some more places here. I am not supplying voltage for necessities. This is not an electrocution. Digital Pope. They're preferred Skinner boxes. Okay, Dom, whatever I race, you won't be happy. Dom's got antisocial. Dom's the embodiment of the Asbo. Oh, here we go, come on. Asbo Dom. Dom's got Asbos framed all around his sim rig. For those of you not in the UK, Asbos are like, the police give them out to people that are, they're antisocial behaviour orders. Shit up! Look, you've upset Chili Dog, Dom. And that's hard to do. Unless you take his cheese off him. Go! Oh, come on, we've got to get some places here. Come on! I'm pushing so hard I'm going to pop a blood vessel. Oh, nice one, Corsa. I mean, obviously live streaming you have to wear headphones. I really like having music through speakers, but the walls are too thin where I live. It would be unfair on my neighbours. Headphones all the way. That's so nice when you buy new speakers. I'm such a geek for speakers and like projectors, speakers, hi-fi stuff. Oh man, I love shit like that. Totally pointless, but I love it. That'll be like if I ever get to live in like if I have a detached house somewhere, I'll have like I set up a cinema room, proper sound system, proper projector, have a slight curve on the screen, millionaire muscle. You don't actually have to be that rich to do that well. Like you could convert a garage or something. At the moment, headphone muscle. Don't even need to be that expensive. Like, the nice thing is, so when I was in the 90s, when I was a wee little tiddly boy, that sort of stuff would be like, oh, you'd have to be a film director to have like a 200-inch screen that's like cinema resolution and brightness and everything, and like a surround sound system would be like many thousands of pounds. Like now, you can buy like an amazing, you can get a really good projector screen for like under £1,000, like a really large one as well. You can get an amazing 4K projector for under like £3,000, or you can even get amazing projectors for like under £1,000, you know. But like if you wanted something really, really nice, and then you can get surround sound systems if you wire it yourself and everything. All the quality of even the cheapest amps and speakers is so good now just because of the manufacturing process. Hello, Miguel Lopez. You could basically make like the equivalent of a state-of-the-art, top-notch 90s home cinema that a director would have, like literally the top shit. You can basically make that at home now for like probably like 10-15 grand all in, like including all the room furnishings and everything. Which is pretty mental. And it's still a lot of money, granted, but karaoke machine. I got rammed. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what's funny. So I think it was around about 2000 probably around about 2008 or 2007, 2008. The technology totally plateaued. Well, probably before that. The technology probably plateaued in like 99. And for speakers, I mean, it probably plateaued in like the 90s, but it was expensive to get nice stuff. Well, hello. Oh, thank you. Whoa, we can fit the car through that gap.
Still there. Clear on the left. Car on your
Thank you
left.
so much for Anonymous.
Still there. Hold your line.
Appreciate
Clear.
that. I'll push the button for the graphic in a minute. That's a biscuit donation. Cheers, man. Yeah, so that's a really awesome thing with like most things in life now have not the prices are broken. Like people earn less based off inflation. You know, you have to. That a bunch of stuff hasn't actually improved, or shouldn't have, or should be. It should be a lot cheaper, but it's not. People don't get paid as much as they used to in the past for most things. But technology, specifically screens, audio, computers, have gone like down in price with time. So it's cool. It's really cool. So you're like, oh, stuff that you dreamed, absolutely would think was impossible to have as a kid, you can now conceivably get with a median income. I refuse to talk to audiophiles, CB. Mind you, Richer Sounds will all be out of business by the time I do like a home cinema. Listen, Richer Sounds is amazing if you're buying like hi-fis and stuff, because they have like a sound deadened room in most of their shops, and you can just
White flag this time.
try all the stuff out. Because the only real way with sound stuff, like you can read reviews, people can say, oh, XYZ's better or worse or whatever, but really it's a case you actually just have to try it. Same with screens, projectors, TVs. You need to actually try it yourself. Can we get another place out of this? Oh, come on. You're not an audiophile. Fair enough. I actually have a really nice Cambridge audio stereo amp that I got for my 18th birthday, which is funny because I think it was like worth like 60, 70 pounds back then, and they're still worth like 30 pounds, 30, 40 pounds.
Bella gara, Alessandro, bella gara.
Cambridge Audio do really good, good quality to pricing. Can we get a dive bomb on this guy? Let's go for it. I tried. I mean, it was a good recovery from given how much we were punted. We were car number 16 and we finished 14, so it's not my fault. We scheduled bloody testing. I'll have him for that. Scheduled testing. I was wrecked by other drivers. I'll come with the boys to have from Cambridge. The great thing is that after 40 your hearing will be happy. Oh, didn't you say you had hearing problems? My ears are like, I have really good ears for some reason still. I guess I never listened to like really loud stuff for long periods of time. I didn't used to go to nightclubs that much. Until I was at university, but before that I didn't. Yeah, bass speakers are really add a lot for driving simulators. I was saying that before, that Race Room, if you ever get a chance to go to like one of the Race Room racing centres, they just have like a basic subwoofer speaker with speakers all around on their sim rigs, and it adds a ton of immersion to the driving experience. Saying that, the headphones on the Valve Index are really, really good. I mean, if you've got the butt kicker thing I've got on my chair, the DIY, if you tap in £150 motion rig and check out the Dayton bass speaker, did I make the right choice? Yeah, I mean, that bass speaker is really good for like giving you a sense of bassy sound, but it's not the same as it actually being a noise, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I thought I was before, so I got on the throttle here. I thought, oh, I'll be able to squeeze through on the right, and I was going to try and squeeze through with two wheels on the tarmac and just get through. But then it occurred to me, I was like, oh, this guy's probably going to move out even more, so I went even wider. Which is the safe thing to do. It was fair enough, and that worked out all right. I mean, we only lost 2 places and we gained 1, so it wasn't too bad. Let's see this punt on us though. Yeah, audio speakers and stuff. As long as they're not being blown out. Another thing that I say it's like DD wheels and stuff where they last. There's that argument that speakers get better as well the longer you use them. Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see what this guy was doing. Did he just go in and understeer into us? Like, why did he go for the send there? He was understeering into us at that point. He wasn't going to make that, whatever he did, because he would have just understeered regardless. Ugh. So annoying. I mean, he should have just waited. On this track, you're better off, if you feel like you're a lot faster than the car in front. I mean, these guys weren't faster than me, but if you felt like you were, waiting for the next corners, you can line it up through there to then get a run, and then you can kind of force an overtake on the inside. What a mess. Well, that was pretty ruined. Don't know why you tried to go for a pass there like that. Like, you can put the car at the inside there, but you can't do that whilst understeering. You have to make sure if you're going up the inside of that you've got the speed off so that you're not understeering, and then you can get through it. We got the radical. We'll do the radical. We'll give that another go. So I think we'll do the radical, and then I think we're going to maybe go over to AC or something. Get a little bit of practice on this radical though. Alright, let's see what our iRating loss was actually. Smash the like button if you want to. Richie B, yo, iRacing, and we're watching punts. What a surprise. You know what's funny with that crash as well? If that was in race room, the car on the inside would go off and the car on the outside wouldn't be affected. It's really weird. App.ini for mirror. Yeah, the radical's always good. I've not got past the start finish line yet, so hello Audio Power, how's it going, man? Shit the bed. We lost 38 iRating. All because that guy, we were up for like gaining a lot of iRating in that. Because we were in like 5th place, and we were starting to catch as well. iRacing, you're killing me. You're killing me, iRacing. Right, radical time for more punishment. That Ferrari GT3 challenge is a fun event to do, just 15 minutes. Exact. I haven't got much peen to lose. Right, we'll have to join the practice, and we can join the actual session afterwards. Someone I was reading on Reddit that somebody's got an iRating of 200, and apparently you can get minus iRatings. Watkins Glen. How are you doing, Billy Strange, by the way? I saw your video on the... Well, I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a bit of it. The video on the oh, yeah, I commented on it. The Woo Super GT. Billy was like saying the name of it, and then he lost the back of the car bit and caught it, and he goes, it's the Super Woo GT. It's really funny. I thought it was funny. It gave me a laugh. Maybe most people probably don't find that funny. I found it funny. Go and watch his video, guys. I like Billy's videos. They're chill. Chill like a whale swimming across the Atlantic, conserving energy whilst digesting a meal from a month ago of Humboldt squid. Billy was there. He said hi. He said something earlier. He's there. Billy's always watching. Billy watches his channel whenever I live stream to try and work out ways in which he can make sure that he doesn't suffer from hair loss. He's taking notes. He's like, right, if I don't do that, we'll be all right. Do not want to lose my hair. Billy's got like proper hair. Proper head of hair. Billy the Kid. Hey, Rubbish Racer. Should you not be watching the Sebring 12 hours? No. Dwayne Dibley? Why do I always have to be Dwayne Dibley? I've got a thermos. Dwayne Dibley? I've lost all my cool. Ace Rimmer. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be brag for breakfast. His name is Arnold Rimmer, sir. Never seen a garden strimmer, sir. I literally peed myself the first time I saw that on TV. That was so funny. Red Dwarf, guys, go and watch it. Absolutely amazing. And the new episodes are really good as well. There was a couple of new episodes which were crap, like new series in like 2010, 8, 9, 10. But the last ones, the more recent new episodes are actually really quite good. Like, it's the writing's very similar to the original episodes. Top notch. Go and watch it, guys. Sebring's quite exciting. Is it the real Sebring race or the virtual one? Hey, it's 7 Motorsports. Yeah, after this race, we're going to go over to AC for some money racing. Chili Dog's uploaded pictures of himself naked onto the server for us.
Car on your left. Clear.
Yeah, Red Dwarf's fantastic. I think it's because well, this is why Stargate's so good as well. Is that there's it doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that unfortunately a lot of science fiction, American science fiction, and a lot of the science fiction is from America, took itself too seriously. Fortunately, like, there were episodes in Star Trek where they didn't, and SG-1, and then Red Dwarf and Doctor Who's really good. Also, Farscape was quite good for that in the latest series of that. Real Sebring. Wow. I'll be honest, when it comes to endurance racing, I'm more of a 24 hours of the Nürburgring is, to me, that is like the pinnacle. It's weird, like, you've got 24 hours of Le Mans, which is regarded as the pinnacle of like the race to win. That's like winning, becoming an F1 champion for a year, and winning the 24 hours of Nürburgring, and then like Indy 500, Le Mans, and then Indy 500. But personally, I think 24 hours of Nürburgring is more impressive than 24 hours of Le Mans. From a driver's perspective, not necessarily from an engineering perspective. I always like the general environment around and the general feel of the Nürburgring 24-hour Nordschleife race, more so than Le Mans. I think Le Mans is just a bit, I don't know, it seems a bit stuffy. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it, like, it's still pretty good, but I just think 24 hours Nürburgring is more within my sort of feel when it comes to motorsports events. It's all the barbecues. It's all the Germans having sausages on barbecues. That's all you need. I don't see many barbecues around the 24 hours of Le Mans. I'm not seeing the Expanse now. Grassroots motorsports. It's just the barbecues. It's just Germans having barbecues and a good time. Germans know how to have a good time. Achtung! And beer. Lots of beer. I don't know if I've seen Expanse. Is it like a science fiction thing? As a Calibra racing? Gets your vote. I'd like them to do 24 hours of the Nürburgring, but you can literally only use a road car. Like 25's a Nürburgring, but it has to be a mass-produced road car, and it has to be road cars that are under, let's say, 20k brand new. That would be amazing. That would be so interesting to watch. You'd be like, right, okay, well, which is the best road car? At the absurd task of surviving like your average road car can probably manage about 2.5 laps of Nürburgring before they fall apart.
Car stopped ahead. Go left. Go right.
That should be a thing. That would be I mean, it's an absurd test, so it wouldn't really be fair, because, you know, road cars aren't designed to be driven at those kind of speeds with that kind of brake wear and everything. That's just not road driving. But you would certainly find the most durable car. Toyota Corolla. Well, you'd have to underclock it, wouldn't you? It'd be more about like eco driving, because it'd be more like the brakes, basically, because you'd have to keep replacing the brakes. They would be cooked. Skoda Citigo would win. It's the most reliable. You just cruise around in the Skoda Citigo at like 40 miles an hour, sorted. That'd be the choice though for the drivers. Do you pwn it, or do you take it nice and easy? And the thing is, anyone could arguably take part in it. I guess you would have to put roll cages in the cars and stuff, so that would add an extra like $3,000 minimum. Fresh from the factory cars.
Mic check.
I've not done much practice, no. I do a few laps for the All-Stars thing, and that's about it, really. The next one's a Nordschleife, so it's going to be more about... I know the layout, so I will do some practice. Enough so that I'm not crashing into people. Just do it on a bicycle. 24 hours of e-bike Nordschleife. Tour de Nordschleife. Well, that could work. Why not do like running around the Nordschleife? 24 hours running around the Nordschleife. Who can do the most laps? I would watch that. That would be good. Like all my rollerblade. We could have like runners, rollerblades. You could have cyclists. You could literally involve thousands of people. These are good ideas. Like, what with COVID times? You need to find ways to generate more money out of racetracks, and that is a good one. Yeah, ultra running's mental, though. I mean, you might ask yourself, why do we need to be ultra running on a racetrack? But I say, why not? That's my answer.
Go right.
Hello. Unicycle, 24 hours of unicycle Nordschleife. And we're 9 hours into the 24 hours unicycle Nordschleife, and yes, they are halfway around the track. Imagine trying to unicycle up the hills from the Nordschleife. That's going to be difficult. Let's get down to the action. Yeah, when they do that extreme marathoning thing where they set up like obstacles as well. So you could do that on the Nordschleife. You know, you could have like a climbing frame. You could put crocodiles on part of it. You know, whatever it takes to get the viewership. We need to do more sports. Should be like 1980s science fiction films like Running Man. Jorsey Ladato, honest option, please. CSL or Podium, which is better product? Well, the Podium costs more, and if you use my Fanatec affiliate link, I get more money. So obviously the Podium's a better product. I mean, really silly question to ask. Let's be real here. Both are fine. Obviously the Podium costs more. Podium's a DD wheel, so you'd be in the land of DD. And DD wheels are amazing. But CSL Elite's fine. Like, the CSL Elite's a really nice wheelbase.
You got a slow car on the left. Car stop on the left.
A DD wheel is probably more likely to last 10 years without issue than any belt-driven wheel, to be honest. I would say, well, stock is a problem at the moment for a lot of these things. I'd say if you've got the disposable income, that's what I always say, if you've got the disposable income, getting either a Simucube 2, Fanatec DD, AccuForce, whatever DD, doesn't matter. If you've got the disposable income, or get one of the brand DD, like the known ones, Fanatec, Simucube, what have you. They're very well-known brands, so they're easy to sell. If you've got disposable income, go for one of them. Once you're fed up of sim racing, which is probably after about 10 minutes of playing iRacing, you can eBay and get most of your money back, and in some cases get more than your money back. So that's the nice thing with DDs. They're generally rock solid because there's no the thing with belt-driven wheels is that they're smaller motors that generally run at relatively high voltages, and then you've got a belt that connects it together, so the belt's going to change over time because it's rubber. That's just what happens. And the motors, there's more mechanical complexity than a direct drive wheel. So yeah, but I've got a CSL Elite that we used for for like 8 months. It was a reasonably long time. We had quite a few hours on it. Really nice wheel, and I've been using the DD for over a year now. I really like it. I also really like the OSWs and the Simucubes. So there you go. That's the answer to that question. Hopefully it was helpful. Hope it was helpful. Don't commit a crime to buy a DD wheel. You throw it out the window for podium. Well, yeah, DD wheels are really, really nice, but they do cost more. That's why it's easy to click with force feedback, eh? Any signs of wear and tear at all? Yeah, DDs are just nice because you can feel the game's force feedback very clearly, and you can set up the wheel however you want it to feel. But you're still hostage with a DD wheel. You're still hostage to each simulator's force feedback. You know, like each sim has different force feedback. Your wheel can't magically give information that a sim doesn't put out, but it will make what's there more obvious. And you can run it stronger, or you don't have to. Stimulus money burning a hole in your pocket. Put it in a savings account, man. Like when you have to. A really good tip with money and buying stuff. Yeah, a good question to ask yourself is when you're going to buy, like you get excited to buy something. Ask yourself the question: is the thing you're buying better than the feeling of having that money to be able to buy anything with, if that makes sense? Because often a lot of like wanting to buy something is like an irrational excitement over getting an item, probably due to like evolving over the excitement of finding like a berry, a bush with berries on it, and you're like, woo, bush with berries, I'm gonna eat them all. Capitalism has cued into that that dopamine response. So you have to then what you have to do is offset it by going, oh, got money in my bank account, I can buy other stuff with that. But no, in some cases it genuinely you will get the enjoyment out of it, so it's worth getting. And with sim racing equipment, as I say, hardware, you've not burnt the money, it's just in hardware, so it's more a case of do you need the liquid money, the liquidity of the cash. So with sim racing hardware, it makes sense to buy something that's less likely to break, because when it breaks, it loses its value. I use my G29 for Wreckfest, so I don't destroy the... What? You're not going to destroy the DD1 with Wreckfest, man. If anything, are you... Is that a joke? You confused me. That's a bamboozle. 29 cars registered here. Yeah. You generally speaking, you're better off using the dampening on the wheel side of things, but it depends. In Automobilista 2, you might want to use the dampening in the game because they have car-specific dampening settings. So you might want to use that. You know, as long as you're not going mental with dampeners and other random shit in the sim, the DD wheel's got so much range to its output, you can still feel the force feedback more than adequate. I'd say that the problem for like force feedback information is that a lot of the sims just don't, like iRacing without IRFFB just doesn't give you certain force feedback. Even with IRFFB, there's no front end feel in iRacing. So yeah, it's kind of absurd to use iRacing to review a force feedback wheel with, because the force feedback in it really, aspects of the force feedback in iRacing are quite good, but it's missing certain aspects. So it's like, well, I mean, it makes sense to review it with it if you only intend to play iRacing, because obviously that's all that's relevant, but more the wheel manufacturers need to do like what AccuForce does with the they've got a force feedback option that allows it to generate force feedback from telemetry, but even that doesn't necessarily work perfect all the time. So that's it, Erwin. It's like if you're buying a table, isn't it? If you could buy like an IKEA table, a cheap IKEA table, and maybe it'll last like 3 or 4 years, but you end up throwing it out. Or you can buy like a nice IKEA table, or like a nice, you know, a solid wood table. Not necessarily fancy, but if it's solid wood, it's probably, you know, you can just polish it, resurface it, or whatever. It'll literally last for life. So even if it costs 2, 3, 4 times as much as the cheapo table, it actually is going to be all right. Hello, OL Gaming. TY Charles, yeah, you can get rid of the notchy feeling though by just using interpolation. Simulcube has an interpolation option, and Fanatec has 2 interpolation options that you can use, the FEI, and yeah, obviously as well, you can use dampener to make it feel smooth if you want to. And then IRFFB also has an interpolation built into it as well. So if that notchiness is annoying, then it can be, there's many ways to get rid of that. To be honest, for me personally, I'm not even concerned about notchiness with Sims. It's like, can you get information to drive from is really important. You've been using an Xbox 360. Georgi Gasapodonanev. Georgi Gospodinov. Is that a Russian name? Spasiba, nice. I have been using an Xbox 360 controller for the last 7 years, sim race. Yeah, you'd love like a G29 or something. It's great. Yeah, T300 is a really good wheel. Really good bit of equipment. I had one for like 3 years. Really, really nice, perfectly fine, works great. Another name ruined. You can enjoy sim racing with like just about any wheel, to be honest. But like a G25 Logitech wheels, all great. Anything above that is just an improvement and better. But you can fundamentally enjoy sim racing with a G25, and it's bomb proof. Logitech wheels are the Nokia of sim racing, mass market sim racing equipment. In fact, if you built a bomb shelter out of Logitech wheels, you would actually be invulnerable. I shouldn't really say this because it's one of the secrets. In order to cut military budget in the UK, British tanks are now actually covered in G25s. It's the only thing impervious to uranium tank shells. Fun fact there. Xbox Elite 2. Xbox Crew. Ah, dodgy. Oh, fair enough. Stockman 76. Just why don't you turn all the force feedback down and get a road car seat on your sim rig? It'd be nice and comfy. Whee! This is such a toboggan run, this track. Nice thing is this Radical uses fixed setup. You prefer Thrustmaster? What do you mean? Compared to what? You just mean like the T300 compared to the Logitech wheel? Yeah, I mean the T300 is a nice upgrade from the Logitech wheel. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Thanks for clicking the like button as well, people. We need a few more likes. Just everyone hit the like button, then that's 100 likes per hour. Georgie, I got a G920 8 months ago, but refunded it 3 days later. The force feedback's so weak.
Go right.
Yeah, well that's the case, but that's just how it is. Like if you don't want, if the sort of tinny somewhat feel of it gets on your tits and you want something better, you're gonna have to get a T300. Martin, yeah, I keep messing it up. Dodgy Tech wheels had nothing but issues. Do you mean Logitech? Where am I getting the idea they're bomb-proof? Because I had a Logitech G25 for like 10 years and I used it daily for hours and I treated it like shit. And I know a lot of people that sim race that also had Logitech wheels, and I've also taken apart the Logitech wheels a few times and also fixed a few of them for myself and for friends. And the fixing of them is not because they're like, you know, I'm talking about wheels that were like 7 years old and it's just a case of tightening things up. It's very simple. It's like two motors on a cog. They're mechanically very simple. So the only time I could imagine them breaking or people having issues is if maybe they run with very clipped force feedback, or maybe with R factor 2 and they're not using filtering on it, so it's like causing a lot of chatter. I see what you mean, Stockman. They don't make them like you used to. I don't think you do have to be gentle with a Logitech wheel. I treated my Logitech wheel like shit and it was fine. And I know other people that treated their wheels like shit, like actually very fast sim racers. Yeah, I think the T300 the T300 is more susceptible to overheating, so you have to run it at slightly lower force feedback than what it allows you to. And also the T300 will overheat if you're sawing away a lot. That can cause it to overheat and just put more wear on it. Also, it's got a belt in it. Like inherently, if you have like a belt, and you know, it's just over time it will wear down.
Car on your left. Still there. Clear.
Let's try some different lines here. Woo! Okay.
Slow down. You
That
got
would
a
have
penalty.
probably hurt your back quite a bit. Yeah, a good thing with the T300 is to maybe run it at about 70% strength in the Thrustmaster Profiler. Yeah, if you're in a race with a T300 and it overheats, there's like a safety thing on the wheel that will drop it down to like 50% strength when it detects it's overheating. It's on the horse again. I think how you drive affects how much wear a wheel is getting on it. Certain people drive much smoother than others, and as a result, it's a lot less wear on the wheels. Yeah, see, look. I think the problem is with you get this with people going, oh, my Thrustmaster stuff all breaks, Fanatec stuff all breaks, Logitech stuff all breaks. It's like, well, you're only ever going to see people complaining online for the most part. So if you've had a wheel that's broken, then it's easy to then go, wow, you know, it all breaks. Or you might know one or two people where something's broken. You go, wow, that's obviously evidence that it's all broken. But it's like you'd have to look at the entirety of the data pool to be able to know if something actually has more likelihood to break. And then also you'd have to a key thing is like, what's the service like? If it does break, you need to get it fixed is a crucial one. Yeah, well, also, Jamie, there's no real benefit to having super strong force feedback in a lot of sims. Like, you just don't need it. Like it's just the resolution of the force feedback is more important, and the rotational speed of the wheel. If you have a deep dish before... What? Have you had a deep dish? What do you mean, a steering wheel? Do you mean pizza? I'm confused. As always, I never had a problem with Thrustmaster. Like, before they knew... before I knew... before I had a YouTube channel... Or I don't think they knew I had a YouTube channel. I had a TSPC Racer when they first came out. And I had one that broke within like a few days of getting it, and they sent me a replacement wheel before I'd even sent my old one back. And I didn't contact them through any of my YouTube stuff, so I think that's what they would have done for any customer. Oh, the steering rim. I've got the Fanatec NASCAR wheel rim. It's all right. It's actually, if you do oval racing, it's good because it allows you to be a lot smoother. The fact that the deep dish is kind of neither here nor there. It's more just the wheel rim. I don't know what the deep dish thing is about. I don't know why they do that with... like, what's the point of that? Maybe it avoids in car internals. Maybe it's a way to get the wheel closer to the driver. That's probably what it's about. So the driver can sit further down without having to extend other things. But... well, yeah, I mean, I only ever buy second-hand graphics cards from Bitcoin miners. I enjoy the smoke coming into my room. It's part of the pleasance. They're saying that Bitcoin graphics cards used for mining often are typically underclocked to use less power. So you actually a card. It's a misconception. People are like, oh, it's been. That second-hand graphics card, that 1080 Ti is being used for mining, it'll break. It's like, actually, often that's not the case. There you go, fun fact. I always mess up that last corner and the first corner on this track. Yeah, bloody cryptocurrency. They were saying that Bitcoin mining is using half, or was it the same amount of power, half the amount of power that Australia uses, and it's all for something totally pointless. Yeah. Like, yeah, no, if you run equipment at high temperatures, it does degrade. But the point is with mining cards, if they're run under voltaged and ventilated, which you can't know, but it's just the general assumption is incorrect. But yeah, it's a shame that. So what would have been nice with Bitcoin is, rather than having all this processing power for hashing the Bitcoins themselves for the transactions, if the processing power was used for something productive. So rather than the processing power being used purely for hashing Bitcoins, if it was used for, I don't know, like DNA sequencing or something, something So basically, it could be a distributed network for computation, just like, I don't know, you processing MRI scans, image analysis and stuff or whatever. So that would be a good use for a cryptocurrency if it could leverage. Do you see what I mean? But as it is, it's just used for nothing. It's literally pointless. Yeah, like SETI or something like that. Yeah, it'd just be a grid, a highly distributed grid processing network, which would actually then give a fundamental utility to the currency outside of the currency itself, which would actually make it more of a legitimate currency under the typical definitions of how we define currencies. But no. Instead, all that processing electricity power will be used for nothing. Great. Time to invent muscle coin. It'd end up being worse than Bitcoin. I'm sure someone's probably already come up with it. I mean, any idea I have is someone's already had, probably. Zigan, write in the comment saying Bitcoin is useless after I defined quite clearly what I was saying demonstrates that you clearly have a lack of comprehension skills. If you ignore the context of what was just said to then make your comment, mate, please use your brain. Isn't it amazing how you can say something and then someone can entirely ignore what was said in the context to then say their own little thing that literally makes no sense? Why do you remove your foot off the throttle when you downshift? Because that allows you to downshift. Zigan, the point I was making is that I'm not even going to explain it again. I can't be bothered. Just rewind the stream. How long have we got here until the race starts? It's got 94 cars registered. That's awesome. What do you think of Sony's next-gen controller for VR? Oh yeah, it looks quite good. Zigan, look, mate, if I will say something totally reasonable, and then you always get one person that lacks basic comprehension skills, and then I have to spend like 15-20 minutes explaining the same thing for everyone that understood what was said. And for me, it gets very like repetitive and tiresome to try and explain stuff to the people that for some reason didn't like. I feel like the first time Jesus Christ. So, okay, look, just for you, and for maybe anyone else that happens to be confused. So, Bitcoin, the processing power used for hashing Bitcoins and for sending Bitcoins around, it takes a lot of processing power. That processing power is purely used for the hashing process of a Bitcoin, right? It's a complete arbitrary design. Someone just came up with Bitcoin and the hashing system for doing it. It's not that process. That computational power is used purely and directly for hashing Bitcoins. What you could have, what would be better, would be a cryptocurrency where rather than the computational power being used for the hashing of the coins themselves, the computational power could be used for something that is useful for like the sciences, or you know, its computational power could be used for anything. So basically, as it is right now, Bitcoins, in order for Bitcoins to operate and generate and be transferred, it takes a lot of electricity. It's basically used just for the bitcoins. It's a purely arbitrary design. So bitcoins can be used however you want to use bitcoins, you know, and that can be used for good or bad things. You can have an argument with that. But the point is, it's like, think of it this way. Say I had, say I invented a currency, but like say the British pound, the pound coins, for example, all had some like mineral in them that could only be mined from like some exotic mine. But every pound coin has to have this mineral in it because I've decided that's what a pound is. And the result would be every time you want to produce more pound coins, more of this mineral has to be mined and energy is wasted to get this mineral to put into the pound coin. It's like you could go, hang on a minute, let's not put that mineral in the pound coin and then we're not doing the environmental damage. But people could still use pound coins. You know, I don't know how better to explain it. No, what is going on with you, Ziggin? I don't know what I can say here. I don't know what I can say, man. Do you not agree? Do you not agree that? No, what are you saying is the processing power to generate bitcoins, the hashing process is a waste of processing power. There are other cryptocurrencies, or someone could come up with another cryptocurrency that doesn't require the same degree of processing power. I'll move on in a bit. Ziggin, do you not think that there could be... You could... okay, think of it this way. If there was... Imagine Bitcoin was exactly the same in terms of functionality, but it didn't require as much processing power to generate Bitcoins. That would make it... That would be better, right? Because you wouldn't be polluting the environment, or the coin itself would not be as damaging for the environment, right? Okay. I can assure you I don't fully understand how it works. I've not looked at the source code. I think you're using words. I don't. What's your problem with what I've said? Am I being mental here, guys? In chat. Oh man. I don't think you're getting the essence of what I was saying. I don't know what I could say. 3 hours. I don't even know. Yeah, I know. It seems like trolling. What, Ziggin? What am I incorrect about? I don't even know what you're disagreeing with, man. Write a comment saying, say in the comment what you disagree with, and then I'll say if I agree or disagree with what you disagree with. Because I'm lost. I'm lost. Either you're trolling or I'm lost. Yeah, so that wasn't what I was saying. That wasn't the argument I was making. I was not saying that hashing is pointless or useless. No, you really weren't following the conversation there.
Car on your left. Clear.
Mate, you weren't following the conversation. If you ignore the context of what's being said, then you're gonna get very angry and confused. We'll move on from this conversation. We'll have a vote in chat. Who has used Bitcoin for anything? don't even. I'm just. I'm very confused. Yeah, we're moving on to another. Do you guys in chat feel like what I was saying was explaining things pretty clearly? Like the idea that bitcoins are an inefficient use of power, and that it'd be better if if there's another cryptocurrency or a different methodology that didn't use as much power. I don't think that's a particularly controversial statement to make. I don't think that's crazy. Or the idea of having if you could utilize some kind of hashing method or alternative method for a cryptocurrency. Yeah, I think I was pretty clear. I mean, if I try and like explain things to every single person in chat, it just gets very tedious. Anyway, here's qualifying. Yeah, it does seem like he's being very obtuse and ignoring the context. No, Ziggin, that's not even related, mate. Look, man, I wouldn't even be surprised if we probably agree. Like, I think you're just missing the context of what's being said, and that's what's making you argumentative. But yeah, I think there are crypto coins that do actually use methodologies that allow for the processing power in terms of how they're generated and distributed to actually be used for something directly positive. It is qualifying. So this thing, I like having more, I'd rather not just commentate on what's going on in the race, I like having nice little conversations. Chicken's my mum being... I don't pick on him. I'm not really arguing. I think you can't have an argument unless both people, unless everyone's on the same page with the argument. You know. Only accept weed as currency. That problem with weed is it will go off. I guess you could dry it. Why do you throttle that off? You lift the throttle because it allows the gear to go in. I don't know if you have to do that. It seems to work. Oh, you're giving the blip in the throttle makes the gear go in as well on the throttle. It's just different gearboxes operate in different ways. This car has, I believe, it has a motorbike engine in it. So, and then I don't think it uses like a dog box, but with those you have a whole other aspect of needing to blip or not blip. It's from car to car. Spoke, your head hurts. Super Hot Wheels. Wow. Just ignore the context of what's being said and then make an argument based off that. And then make no attempt to actually understand what the other person's saying just to be argumentative. It's a good tip. I do that. It's not even an argument now. It's just confusion. How do I become fast driver? Ignore everything you say and you see in this live stream. That's a good tip. Don't pay attention to anything in this live stream. Hello there, Kenzo. Best way to become a better driver would be to if you're literally starting out, put AI on, do loads of races with AI and put them on a low setting and then speed them up and try and keep up with them. That's a really good way of gradually getting faster and doing it in an enjoyable way.
One more lap.
You can watch videos on like driving technique, Driver 61, Skip Barber's going faster. Some of the real world stuff might not. Well, the basics all apply to the simulators, but a lot of the sims will have like their own weirdo stuff to pay attention to. But yeah, I think just driving against AI and put them on harder settings, and if you get stuck at a certain level, or you're losing control in a certain way, just watch videos that explain. As I said, Driver 61, Skip Barber going faster, that sort of stuff will explain the vehicle dynamics, so you'll understand like getting on the brake will make the back of the car come out, or going too fast in the corner will make it understeer. You know, sort of basic stuff which might not be super intuitive to some people. There's a whole bunch of YouTube videos now for this. You can get ghost files of other cars as well in multiplayer, and Race Room has a really good system for that, where you can see where they broke and stuff, and so you can just see what they're doing. It's kind of like an in-game telemetry almost. It's a good way to learn how to understand faster driving. Hello, Juan Carlos Flores. Welcome along. Still not very good at that last corner. Adam Maidment. Yesterday I offered a girl at my local co-op to come round for tea and biscuits, and she threw a block of mature cheddar cheese at me. Most people can't turn down tea and biscuits. There must have been something wrong with her. Oh, hang on. Stephen. Yeah, but we've moved on from that conversation. When I said pointless, it was within the context of something else. So, yes, if you use a word like good, bad, pointless, or any word, it's how the word's used in the context. That's the point. That's the whole point of a context of it when you're saying something. And that's why CB was saying he was being obtuse, because obviously if someone says the word pointless, they don't literally mean absolutely categorically the most extreme interpretation of the word pointless, because, well, nothing in life is generally totally pointless. So that's the point, isn't it? It's like arguing with my American friends complaining about $3 gas. I mean, the only thing that's truly pointless is sim racing, let's be real. Or maybe watching this channel. That is pretty close to the absolute definition of pointless. But if you enjoy it, sim racing, if you enjoy it, it's not pointless because you're enjoying it. So that is the point. And what is the only point of life if it isn't to enjoy being alive? It's the only point, some would say. Yeah, I mean, maybe that woman liked you. If she threw like high quality cheese at you, maybe that's her way of communicating with you. Not all communication is verbal. In fact, most communication is non-verbal. In her case, she communicated with a block of cheese. I'd be happy if women threw cheese at me, especially if it was nice French cheese. That's a good world to live in. Here we go. Time to die before the start-finish line because I did another terrible quali. It's my hobby. Zippo. I always wanted a Zippo and I never had one. Simplicity QS. How much does your sim cost all in total? Well, because I'm an idiot YouTuber, SimLabs gave me the cockpit to review.
Good luck, guys.
Fanatec gave me the wheel. Basically, the cost is my dignity. For the most part, that's the cost of my sim rig. Dignity and self-worth. So, but for a top of the line sim rig, you should be able to get for about, like, if you wanted all bells and whistles, you're probably talking about between about £5,500, £5,000 to £8,000 would get you in terms of like utility, solidity, direct drop, like as best as experience you can get outside of like having a full-on motion rig as well. But that's arguable if that's good from a utilitarian perspective. Like if a Formula 1 driver wanted a rig to train with Formula 1 driving as a job or something, like with a £5,500 budget, you could build something that would be as good as anything else for training. And you know, here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh Jesus! Christ Almighty! It's so erratic. My God!
Stay on the right.
People are mental in this.
Clear on the left. Car on your left.
Like,
Still there,
what on
hold the
earth
line. Keep to
were
the
they
right.
doing?
Stay on the right.
No.
Clear on the left. Car on your left.
Oh my
Clear.
God! I just had to back out the brake in there because the car behind was about to rear-end us. My... Oh, what? No! Oh, iRacing's tyres just gave out. Oh my God, this sim sometimes, guys. The tyres just gave out on grip through the corner.
Looks like your car is
Oh,
We'll
come
go
on.
back
Right,
to
fuck
pit
this sim.
lane.
Right, we're going over to Assetto Corsa.
Corsa.
What on earth? What on earth is that? It's like we... What on earth? We like avoid all the crashing and then...
What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Why do you just hit me off?
Why? We've got so much
Fantastic job.
downforce at this speed. I don't think I did that. That car missed me. Did I get netcode hit? Oh, maybe netcode hit us.
Dangerous, Luis.
Oh, we did. Apparently, he did hit us. Oh, yeah, 0x. But he didn't hit us. So, oh, Jesus Christ. iRacing really does, like, take the biscuit sometimes. Like, how is that a car contact? So we got netcode hit, which then maybe damaged the downforce, which you can't see visually. But I didn't, so he didn't hit me on my screen. So how would I know? What on earth? What on earth? This doesn't make any sense. On so many levels, we managed to avoid the crashing of the insanity start here. Right, what on earth? So this guy doesn't start. That I'm going to the left here. I'm like, okay, we've got a gap there. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be safe here. I'm going to go through that gap. Then I wasn't because he pulled across. Then he drives into him for no reason. Then I have to move over to the left because he's coming out there. And there's another car coming from the right. That guy just comes through. Somehow we get through that without a car contact. We're all good there. And then, so we're like, okay, it's nice chilling out.
Are you... what the fuck, man?
Hello, Alfie. These guys are actually chilling out around us, so that's not too bad. And then this happens. I'm like, so why? Right. Okay. First lap. There's no point in this guy going mental here. I'm trying to just stay out of the way a bit. This guy brakes sooner, which is sensible. Then he basically rear-ends me, even though from my perspective, he didn't rear-end me. So I didn't know that I had damage because, well, he didn't hit me on my screen, but apparently he did according to the server. So we go through this, and I'm like, well, okay. And there's no force feedback changes or any cues. No, there's no different information here. And I've driven this track quite a few laps now and done a few races. And the car just goes, no. I didn't even turn in hard. I didn't do anything. I'm holding the same steering angle. Look at the steering wheel. Full throttle. We've not even... It's... not even like... that was it. That little fraction of turn, I guess. That was it. But then you can't counter steer it or whatever. I mean... Absolutely ridiculous. Right, we're going to go over to Assetto Corsa, which has physics that are somewhat realistic. I really just want a nice radical race around this track. Okay, once you're in a slide, the grip doesn't come back. So, in just about any other sim, we would have caught the car there and been able to bring it, not having it hit the wall, but not in iRacing. We should be lucky. We should be glad that it wasn't gravel there, though. Ah, oh, Jesus, iRacing sometimes, I swear. The previous race we just did in the Ferrari, we got wrecked by a car as well. Towards the end of the race. Well, that was good. Right, we're going to go off to Assetto Corsa, guys. iRacing's just pwned me there. We've got a new money system in Assetto. So, I'm going to quit this stream and start a new stream, guys. For the Assetto one. So, you'll have to research for the live stream, because I want the thumbnail to actually make sense with what we're playing. Yeah, remember when you have a bad experience in iRacing, it's because you're a bad driver and it's nothing to do with the simulator. That is true, Shumi. That corner's normally fine. It's because I had invisible damage. I needed to... Right, guys. I mean, look, iRacing, to be fair, it's really good fun. It's proper annoying, which is what sim racing's about. But there's so many things. To enjoy iRacing, you really have to understand the game of iRacing. More than anything else, you have to understand the game of iRacing. And there's so many little checklist points to know to be able to play iRacing as a game. Invisible contact damage. Car wheels staying slippy after a slight slide for really long. Zero friction gravel. Invisible lag car contacts. Other drivers not being able to handle the cars at the start with the cold tyres whatsoever. I can't. Well, there's more of them. Exact steering angles into corners, which you can't then adjust mid-corner. Otherwise, well, you can, but it probably won't affect the line through the corner. So many things. So hard. This is the most ridiculous game ever. Right. And we're going over to AC. Thank you for watching this iRacing stream. Variable downforce. Oh, Jesus. Right, we're going over to AC, guys. Thanks for watching this one. I will see you guys in a bit. Fasten seatbelts. See ya in a bit.